Hello, this is Stephen Miedema from the SDSU Office of Career Development. Today I'm going to tell you about Handshake and how to access your account, along with the other resources that are available on Handshake. Today we'll start with accessing your account, building your profile on Handshake, and we'll talk about using it to schedule appointments and access our career resources. And then finally, we'll talk about applying to jobs. To begin, to access Handshake, you can either go directly to sdstate.joinhandshake.com, or you can go to our Office of Career Development webpage and select Handshake from the menu. That'll take you to the sign-in screen here, where all SDSU students will use the South Dakota State University sign-on. All SDSU students do already have an account, and so I want you to sign in through there. If, for whatever reason, it's not letting you sign in using that sign-on box, contact us and let us know. Do not sign up for an account. You just have to sign in with your username and password. It's the same as everything else on campus. If you're signing in for the first time, it's going to ask you a few different questions. The first is about your privacy settings. We encourage everybody to set their privacy settings to community so that employers and your classmates can see your profiles and you'll be able to get the best experience in Handshake. Next, it's going to ask you some questions about you and what you're looking for. This is going to optimize Handshake for you so that it will be as relevant as possible. It'll ask you things like where you want to work, what industries you want to work in, different traits that you're looking for in an employer, what types of jobs you're looking for. It's going to ask if you want to make your GPA visible. Don't worry about that. If you don't want your GPA to be shown, you don't have to show it. It's going to ask if you're in any clubs or organizations, where you've worked or volunteered, just kind of getting to know your past experience. And then it's also going to ask you some questions about if you're interested in certain jobs. Right now, go ahead and pause the video if you've not set up your Handshake account before. Otherwise, you can continue with us now. Now that you've signed into Handshake, to begin, we're going to show you a couple of the different things. On this homepage, you can see down here, there's a Career Center tab in the middle that'll access our career resources, and it's where you schedule an appointment. Up in the top left is the Jobs tab. That's where you can begin looking for those part-time jobs, internships, or full-time jobs. And then what I want to start with is over here in the top right, you can see your initials. Go ahead and click on those, and that drops down this menu. From there, I want you to look at the My Documents tab. In this My Documents tab, you can upload a resume, and then with that resume, you can build your profile. So as you see here, I've already put in a resume, and then I would just hit this Build Profile from Resume, and that's going to help you get started and get going easier with your resume. If we go up to the Profile button up here in the top right, it'll then take you to your profile. So as you can see, I've already filled out some things. Yours is probably going to look blank at this point. So I encourage you to go ahead and write a little bit about you up here in this top. It's going to automatically pull in your education. And then down here, you can see where I've uploaded my resume. And so I just need to add in the different experiences that I've had and confirm them. Sometimes when it pulls in your resume, it will look a little goofy. And so just hit the pencil, and then you can edit what you're writing, and then click Add, and it'll add it to your profile. Up here in the top left, we really encourage you to upload a photo. So if you go in, you can select a nice professional photo. You can adjust how you want it. You want to zoom in, zoom out, whatever it is for you. And then go ahead and save that. And then that way, employers and us in the Career Development Office can see what you have, see what you look like. All right. So that's everything for the profile. Next, let's go back to the home page. So you just click on this button up here in the top left. And from there, the next thing I want to show you is the Career Center button. So it's up here in the top right. Otherwise, it's right here in the middle of the page. In this Career Center tab, we have all of our resources for students. So over here on the left, if you want to schedule an appointment with a career coach in our office, you click on the Appointments button. You can schedule a new appointment. It'll ask you some things. It'll ask you what year you are. So maybe you're a master's student. It's going to ask you what you're looking to get help in, say resume writing, and then you'll be able to see all of the availability for our career coaches. If you can't find any availability that works for you, reach out to us and let us know, and we'll be happy to work and schedule something outside of that. Back in the Career Center page, the next thing I wanted to show you is our resource library. So on the resource library, you're going to see a lot of useful articles that'll help you get going in your career. So it might be something as simple as helping you write a resume for the first time. So maybe we go down here, we search through our resume samples, and we find something that's relevant to you. Otherwise, outside of that, we have resources when it comes to preparing for career fairs, or we have resources for writing a cover letter if you've never written a cover letter before. We also have a document to help you prepare for interviews. We even have a document to help you walk through that job search. So there's lots on there. You kind of just have to hop on and search around and find what's going to be a good fit. All right, that's everything for our Career Center page. The next thing I wanted to show you is in our Jobs tab. So if you go up to the top left to that Jobs button, click on that, and this is where you can really start searching for jobs, whether that's a part-time job on campus, or if we're looking for an internship, or maybe it's even a full-time job for after when you graduate. So you can filter on here. So say you're going to look for an on-campus job. Well, we can filter by on campus and then look to see what's happening here. So it looks like you can see there's a delivery driver, there's a student patrol officer, lots of little part-time jobs for something that's available for you. All right. Outside of that, if you're looking for internships or if you want to just search a keyword, you can. So say we're looking for a research position, you search research up in the top left, and you're going to be able to find positions all over. So for example, here's one in Washington, D.C., here's one in Salt Lake City, here's a remote research position. There's lots of positions all over. You just have to search and find what's going to be relevant for you. All right, that's everything that I have for Handshake. If you have any questions about it, definitely feel free to reach out to us in the Career Development Office. We'd be happy to work through it with you. Otherwise, feel free to just hop on to Handshake and explore. You can't really break anything on here, so it's definitely up to you to kind of get familiar with it so that it can be as useful as possible.